Although the worst of the pandemic may seem to be behind us, many people are still experiencing the lasting effects, one of those being hair loss. One study showed instead of the usual 10% of hair that sheds daily, some people who have had COVID-19 will shed up to 50%. It's a side effect of COVID many patients don't even know about. In tonight's Health Alert, News 10's Kit Hanley has more on why this happens and what you can do to combat it.
Loss of smell, lack of taste, and increased fatigue are all side effects of COVID-19 that unfortunately many people know all too well. But have you ever heard of telogen effluvium? Vigo County Health Commissioner Dr. Darren Brucken says it's the technical term for hair shedding. It happens when the body undergoes extreme physical or emotional stress.
It's a condition where the hair follicles go into a dormancy phase, and they actually kind of release the hair by the root, and the hair basically comes out.
He says it's not specific to COVID-19, but people that have had the sickness have 4 times the risk of getting it. Kristen Garrison is a local hairstylist. She says she's seen it with many of her clients.
We've seen quite a bit. It's noticeable. I can usually tell when I'm going through the hair. I'll ask you, have you had COVID? And they usually have.
Now, the difference between telogen effluvium and just normal everyday hair shed would be if you could see the root of your hair when it falls out, that would be telogen effluvium. If you brush your hair and you just see some breakage about this length on my head, that would be normal everyday hair shed. Dr. Brucken says not to worry too much, just try and brush it off because it's likely temporary.
It may last 3 weeks, it may last 3 months, it may last up to 3 years. We just, it's very, very variable, by the person.
And there are some things you can do to combat it in the meantime.
Just take good care of your hair. I recommend a trim. It really made a difference in my hair. A lot of my clients just trimming off, it balances the thinness.
Now, while seeing your hair fall out in clumps may be a stressor, both Dr. Brucken and Garrison say it's important to try to de-stress to decrease the shed. Reporting in Terre Haute, Kit Hanley, News 10.
Interesting.